The stage was set at the majestic Faluknama Palace in Hyderabad, where the new 2018 S-class awaited AutoToday. So let's find out what's new.
We are here at the iconic Faluknama Palace in Hyderabad to drive the facelifted S-class. When the S-class was launched about 4 years back, it had autonomous driving features and was a totally new car. With this facelift, not only has Mercedes reworked the interiors and the exteriors, but added a new diesel engine and a new petrol engine as well. So the S-class now will be available with the S350D, that is an inline 6 engine which meets Bharat 6 emission norms today on Bharat Stage 4 fuel, and the V6 petrol, which is the 450. Let's take the car for a spin and find out how it is to drive and what the changes are.
Changes on the exteriors are minimal, with new headlamps, tail lamps and new front and rear bumpers, enough to give it a contemporary look as well as to differentiate from the previous car. The big change on the inside is the all-new steering wheel. It now comes with touch button controls that are easier to use and look good. Even with the additional cruise control switches on it, overall the switchgear and the systems are easier to use than before. The cabin continues to be a class apart with the Ottoman seat. With the touch of a button, the front passenger seat folds over and deploys a footrest. The rear left seat goes into a comfortable reclining position with the calf rest to support the legs.
We are driving the S450, the petrol version of the new S-class, and I have to say it's as good as before. There's very little to do when something is already really good. But Mercedes has made changes. The engine itself has got more power. It's got a lower 450 nomenclature, but is as powerful. It's a V6 with a dual scroll turbocharger. And the interiors are much nicer. There is a new steering wheel with these touch pads, the tiny touch pads here, which operate all the things on the infotainment system and the instrument cluster. The huge display remains the same, but it's got a nicer inside veneer, and there's a brand new key now, which is white. That's a big change. And there's also inductive charging. If you open the center armrest, this pad here will charge phones by just keeping it on the pad. So these are some of the most important changes in the new S-class.
The 2996cc petrol is a twin-turbo unit, and apart from the high 367 bhp that it achieves at 5500 rpm and delivers up to 6100 rpm thanks to twin turbocharging, it produces peak 500 Nm torque from 1600 rpm all the way up to 4000 rpm. To drive, the petrol engine is great for Indian roads. The 2925cc diesel engine, on the other hand, produces maximum power of 286 bhp and peak torque of 600 Nm. The best part of this diesel engine seems to be its NVH, as there is no way that the occupants in the car can feel the car. Besides, it is comfortable to drive in the city as well, though quick getaways are not as smooth in the petrol car. Mercedes has managed the midlife facelift of the S-class very well. This is a radically changed car for India, and while Mercedes has smartly added a lot of tech to the car, it has maintained costs by switching to a lower spec engine for the flagship. Although it is an excellent car, but the changes are not wide-reaching to keep it at the very top.